What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with that instant analysis. And I'm here to report today that the Clippers had another laid egg game against another contender in the Western Conference. They've been able to beat the bad and the ugly and the good in the NBA. But every time it's time for them to beat somebody worthy of competition, they always injured, beat up, toe up, or they don't win the game anyway, even if they're healthy. And it's just a bar that we have to see. If we want to give you guys credit when it's due, you have to prove to us too that you can get it done. And I feel like they haven't been able to do that all season. It's unfortunate to see guys of their magnitude be injured. Kawhi Leonard looks like a shell of himself. He works too hard for buckets. He tries too hard to score. He even trying to use cheap tactics to score baskets just because he don't have it anymore. I feel like he's a solid player now. He's a number 3 now to me. The injuries take a lot out of you. I'm not trying to diss him. I'm not trying to lowball him. It just, when you get injured as an athlete, it just things physically you just can't do no more. And you can see that he's still in his head. He's still having his head how he reacts. Like he lost balls, he underthrew passes, he stumbled a lot. He still has it in his head that he's not 100% and he's not playing at 100%. And he even said to himself, this is a 2-year program to get me back to being the old Kawhi. Now, I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's garbage. He still is a decent player, but he got a long way to go from the Finals MVP Kawhi, and that's what they're going to need. I said this several times. If they want to win a championship, they need Finals MVP Toronto Kawhi type of run. Just because Paul George has been beat up, he's been tore up, he's been injured, and he looks good enough to be an all-star. But we've seen that in the Western Conference, and you see the teams that's in the East right now, is teams that's on higher levels defensively and offensively and more healthy and younger that can beat a team like the Clippers in a 7-game series. And we don't even know if they can play a 7-game series and win. Because remember, they struggled with a young up-and-coming Dallas team that was really unproven because they kept playing the Clippers and they was going to game 6 and game 7s with them. And Kawhi Leonard is worse now than he was then. And they went to the conference finals last year with Luka Doncic. So I don't really get what they're doing in the Clippers. I'm going to say they eventually should blow it up. I was on the verge of saying last year, this is the year you make the Norman Powell trade. You make the trade also for Covington to increase your chances of having more switchability and more spacing and more three-point shooting. They have the depth. They have the athleticism to get it done. It's just they superstars are not playing at superstar levels. That's the problem. You built this team around PG and Kawhi Leonard, and they're just not those guys anymore. They're not terrible. They're not bad, but they're not franchise-altering players. Plus, they can't even stay healthy for a 20-game span. And even if you trade for them, you wonder, is they going to be that missing piece because they're not healthy? The Clippers, they fall to 22 and 22. They're 12 and 10 at home. The Denver Nuggets improved to 29 and 13. They're 11 and 10 away from Denver. I love what I seen out of the Nuggets this year. They had no Nikola Jokic, so I'm going to speed through this. Aaron Gordon had a great defensive game. He ended up playing 32 minutes. I feel like he's been great the entire season. He's really been that glue guy holding everything together and really understanding his role and what he's capable of and what he's trying to do out there on the court, and he understands his role. 6 plus 16 and plus minus, 2 personal foul, 3 turnovers, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 6 of 8 from the field. Michael Porter Jr. finally had another good game, 22 points, plus 13, 1 personal foul, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 8 from 3, 9 of 17 from the field. He finally stepped it up a little bit when they needed him to step it up, and he was able to accomplish that. DeAndre Jordan, he looked a little old and slow, but that's what you're supposed to be at this point. 8 points plus 8 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 3 turnovers, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 of 4 from the field. Jamal Murray had a great game. He's returning to form slowly but surely getting there, but they're allowing him to come along slowly. 24 points plus 3 and plus minus, 3 turnovers, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 of 7 from 3, 8 of 17 from the field. Caldwell Pope, 14 points plus 16 and plus minus, 2 personal foul, 1 block, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from 3, 5 of 9 from the field. Najee, 9 points, 1 personal foul, 1 block, 7 rebounds, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the field. Bruce Brown, 9 points, plus 7 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 1 steal, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 7 from the field. Concar, 5 points, negative 4 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 1 steal, 4 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from 3, 1 of 3 from the field. And Bones Highland, 7 points, plus 1 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 2 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 of 6 from the three-point line, 3 of 12 from the field. He really struggled getting his own shot tonight and dealing with the physicality and the length and the size of the Clippers, but the other team held him up. White, Smith, Reed, Braun did not play, although they was healthy coach's decision. They did shoot an amazing 50% from the field, a great 42% from 3. That's pretty good considering they didn't have any creation outside of Jamal Murray. Tonight, they still was able to shoot well off the dribble, and that's pretty good to shoot 42% from 3 as a team. 19 of 25 from the free throw line, 76%, 43 rebounds, 24 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, 10 turnovers, 11 personal fouls, 115 points scored. The LA Clippers, Nicholas Batum, didn't look good tonight. Defensively, he looked at okay. 3 points, negative 14 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. 1 of 5 from 3, 1 of 5 from the field. Kawhi the Claw Leonard, 24 points, negative 15 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 4 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, 10 of 20 from the field. He did shoot 50%, which is better than what he's been doing in the past couple games. 16 points for Morris, negative 14 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from 3, 7 of 14 from the field. Zubac, 6 points, negative 16 and plus minus, 3 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 assist, 7 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 7 from the field. Terrence Mann, 8 points, negative 4 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 1 turnover, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 of 7 from the field. Covington, 8 points, plus 6 and plus minus, 3 personal foul, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, all 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 3 of 5 from the field. Norman Powell had another great game. He had a rough start to the season, but he's really been playing amazing basketball for the Los Angeles Clippers. He's been one of their best bucket getters and creators off the dribble this entire season. If you put the rocky start with the rest of the season, it outweighs the bad start. Negative 5 and plus minus, 3 personal fouls, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 9 from the three-point line, 7 of 15 from the field. Brown, 4 points, plus 7 and plus minus, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the field. John Wall, 16 points, negative 5 and plus minus, 4 personal fouls, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 6 of 12 from the field. This is a good game overall from John Wall. Rebounding the ball, passing the ball, shooting a 3, getting to his spots, playing off the ball. Reggie Jackson didn't play. Coffey didn't play. 47% from the field as a team, 34% from 3, 78% from the free throw line, 43 rebounds, 20 assists, 6 steals, 3 blocks, 12 turnovers, 18 personal fouls, and 103 points scored. I love what I seen out of Denver. Although they didn't have their best player, it did show their depth. It did show their versatility. It did show that they have a lot of weapons on the offensive end. But I'm just more disappointed in the Clippers. This is a game where Paul George has to play. We're barely above 500. We really need to get on a consistent streak of health, a consistent streak of being the dominant team to really show that we still have hopes of winning the title with the Clippers. The Clippers have never won one. They have never been there. They only getting older. They only getting more beat up. They only barely getting across the finish line. The best part about it is they only the 6th seed in the Western Conference, so they're going to probably avoid the play-in. But like even Ty Lue was saying, we need to find a way to get healthy. He's even feeling the pressure. He wants to win the ring without LeBron, and he felt like Kawhi Leonard was good enough to get that done. Unfortunately, he had the knee injury. None of us seen that coming, and we all was sad when it happened just because it would have been crazy to see them versus Phoenix or them versus the Bucks. But that's the past. We got focused on now. This is after the injury. This is the team that he has now. They have the capabilities to get it done. It's just too much wait and see. too much stop and go. And that's putting you further and further behind as teams are getting better and developing. They're all passing you up and they all getting better. And while you're getting stuck and getting worse, and you went from the favorites to just another team in the Western Conference, that's going too far backwards. Now you're in a situation where you might have to make a move to get back to that championship level. But who's going to be that guy that can do that when you already have two max contract guys that is all-star level at best? That's not a championship team. Not in the Western Conference. Not beating the teams out in the East. And you got to stay healthy for 3 rounds just to get to the finals. This team can barely stay healthy for 3 weeks. And sometimes they don't even stay healthy for a week because everybody's sitting out or taking games off. It's a bad strategy. It's a tough thing to deal with each and every night, even if you're looking at it from Ty Lue perspective. And it's just a self-combustible situation. Eventually, this team, everybody's going to get paid. Everybody's going to have other desires, whether they want to win a title with somewhere else. They put up the numbers, they prove their worth, or they just going to want to give another interesting situation to go to that can entice them. But to me, this Clipper situation is 1 year away from blowing up. This is that prove it season. And next year, they're going to have to switch up this roster again. And they already had the Patrick Beverley roster where everybody said this is going to be the new Jordan and Pimpin. They never played defense like that. They never was that much of a terror even in the regular season. Kawhi Leonard is always going to miss almost half the season just based off previous injuries. And then he has to battle getting back to that superstar Kawhi, which I even doubt that he can get to. I think he can just get back to the All-Star just because the NBA is only getting better and young players are starting erupting in the conference of the West. So it's going to be even more difficult. Plus, it's not supposed to be easy. This is the best players in the league fighting to eat, fighting to make a living, fighting for their own dreams to come true. And it might seem selfish, but that's how the game is made. That's how the game is played. That's how the game is. And you just got to live with it. Kawhi Leonard had to build his way up. Now he's falling a little bit. He needs somebody to help and grab him and say, you know what, I got you. I know Kawhi Leonard. I got love for Kawhi Leonard. That's why I'm keeping it real with Kawhi Leonard. I'm keeping it real with my fans like I always do. He's cooked. He's done. He looks bad. And he looks like he's second guessing himself each and every time he's trying to score the basketball. And that's going too far backwards. You're supposed to get to your spots, control the ball, and knock down your shots or play off the ball. And even this 3-ball look a little wonky and a little wacky. And I'm just looking at it like they're too far away, like from 3 years removed from being the best team. It feels like teams are only getting ahead of them, and they get into a team where now we questioning if they can even get to a conference finals, something that they already did before, unlike Brooklyn, but at least they proved that, but that was pre-injury. Now we got to focus on today and the future, and it's just tough to see the Clippers getting out the West. Even next year, they have to make a drastic change to win with this team, but they're in a situation where they're stuck in the mud, and it's just not realistic. I feel like the Clippers have been able to make those moves, but it's all dependent on Kawhi. Can he get back to the Kawhi? And something about being a human is some things you just can't get back. Athleticism is something you get older with, and it comes away. And the injury took a lot more of it away. Now he got to rely more on skill and handle. He can do it like we've seen tonight, but he has to do it against the best of the best in the playoffs, and I just don't see that happening. But I still got love for you. Hopefully you can rebound. Hopefully you can have one off season where you can focus on your body, focus on your craft, and just get back healthy. This is a try me season. Let me see what I can still do and what I can't do, and he should try to build upon that. That's what my girl keep telling me. But I look at it like, at the end of the day, even then, you still need to go through the West, a healthy West in 3 rounds. And that's just too tough for the Clippers as currently constructed to me, especially because they got a bunch of free agents too after this season. And they're getting older. And the older you get, the tougher it is to stay healthy, and we're seeing that this year. Other than that, continue to comment, like, subscribe. Check out my Facebook page. It'll be in the description. Check out my podcast. It'll be in the description. And I'm gone.